Welcome to another episode of Conversations One on One. We want to ask you all today, is there an agenda to put the black woman and the black man against each other? Baby, what do you think about it?
We supposed to be talking about this topic months ago, but we kept postponing it. So it's come up today, and I think it's a very important topic. I do think there's an agenda to keep the black man and the black woman apart, because when the two of us get together, the black man and the black woman, there's a lot of powerful things that can be done. A lot of yokes can be broken. If you guys are on the same page, you know. But I do think there's an agenda because of population. Of course, they don't want a lot of black babies. Well, they said they made a law that said that you can't get an abortion, but that law, it wasn't for us. It was for the white woman. Even though they said that it was a lot of black people getting abortions, I don't think so. But of course, they depopulate. So why would they want us to repopulate?
Definitely that. I could see that reason being one of the reasons. I'm gonna go a little deeper because the stairs get a little steeper. So if you can keep the black man and the black woman against each other, we be so distracted with that we can't pay attention to coming together. That's another mechanism to keep us from coming together as a people and going ahead and improving our own situation. Not going to begging anybody else to do it, not trying to vote for anybody else to do it, but actually coming together ourselves and getting things done. Now, to further keep us down, now let's put the black man and the black woman against each other. Now they too busy fighting each other within that they can't focus on what we got going on or a real solution to help their situation. And that's just one thing, because now you still got to go back and look at the media, whether it be the music, movies, all this other stuff that's influencing us with these toxic behaviors that's helping to keep us from coming together as a people. So, I think there is an agenda to keep the black woman and the black man against each other, because what people fail to realize, this stuff has been broken down to a science decades ago.
I know back in the day they had this movie on called Claudine, and on that movie, and we've heard through different movies and platforms of social media and other news topics. Anyway, that they had the welfare program, and the welfare program, the man could not be in the house if the woman was receiving food stamps or receiving a welfare, period.
The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by mothers. But the effect of the man in the house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance. And thus, the welfare system in its operation turns out to be a system to make life harder for children.
The welfare system helps the disintegration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away, in that sense undoing the very stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents the children, of course, need.
The man could not be in the house. And that was another way for them to divide the black man and the black woman, because if that father, they just needed a little help. If that father could have remained in the house until he got back on his feet, they could have, made something shake. I think instead of just kicking the man out, and just leaving it up to the mama to raise these children by themselves, you got some women that prefer for the man not to be in the house and to keep getting welfare, instead of helping them to raise those kids, because kids need their father.
Yeah, that's a fact. Kids do need their father. it's like the government was trying to help the black woman, but not trying to help the black family. If that make any sense.
No, I think it was a device to further divide the black man and the black woman. I mean, to separate them. That was when it first started.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said the government.
They wasn't.
They only wanted to help the black woman instead of the black family, which would consist of the father, the mother, and the children.
I don't feel like they helping no black woman getting the man out the household. I feel like that was hurting the black woman. At the time, it made it seem like help, but in the end, it was hurting.
You know, I'll go as far as to say welfare helped black women who may have had children by a man who wouldn't support the family. You know, in that particular situation, I would say that probably did help, because if the woman not making the money to support the kids and the father is not there to help, okay, it makes sense. Get them some help. But I'm sure you had more nuanced situations, like maybe the husband was handicapped and couldn't work for some reason, but he wanted to, and the family need help. So the woman goes and gets welfare or food stamps or whatever, and they like, well, it's the father staying with you, and he can't be there in order for them to get welfare, but he can't go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like they just jumped the gun and made everything so general.
Yeah.
Like, people's situation are different. Yes, there are mothers who have children with fathers who not there to help out or do anything to support the children. But you have different situations where it's not that, but the family still can't get welfare if the man is in the house. So it's unfair, and it did divide a lot of families. Yeah. I'm sure it did, because hey, they're trying to get that check. All right, so in the comments below, let us know how you all feel about what we're talking about, and let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget about malicious intentions. We will have the link in the description below. And thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. A lot of people like the videos. A lot of people watch the videos, but they don't subscribe. And some of them like it, but they don't like. I guess it's just too much work to move your thumb from the bottom of your phone screen up to the like, but hey, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.